Hi, this is Daniel here. It's a bit, it's very much belated, but I kind of wanted to go over do a review of my Hofner contemporary bass. I'll also see if I can redo and upload a review I did of my newer Epiphone Les Paul Special I got. So, but first we'll do the bass. I've had this for a couple months, been playing it. So really I'm a guitarist, but my story is I started on bass many years ago. I still have my original bass, which is a little Gretsch Junior Jet bass, little black Les Paul like bass, solid body with a little mini humbucker in the middle position. But man, I would have loved to see these Hofners when I was learning the bass, because now Hofner has the ignition line and then the contemporary line. The contemporary line, which is kind of a step up from the ignition line, which is just kind of their cheapest basses. This is their midpoint range, still within the starting or maybe intermediate range. So these things new can catch you between probably 6 to 800. Good luck finding. The prices you can find them for are kind of sporadic. I've seen them go as low as 3 to 400 used, but then new I've seen them go up to 7, 8, maybe even 900 new. So what it was I bought this used on eBay by a seller, and I kind of modified it a bit. So I'll show you what I did was I switched the little original knobs with these teacup knobs, and I put, so these come standard with round rounds. I had some Labella Hofner Beetle bass flat rounds put on this bass guitar. The strap is one I've had for a while. It's just a little Beatles Hard Day's Night style strap. So these guitars, these are the Contemporary series. They so like the Ignition series, they're still made in Hofner's factory in China, but they're made to Hofner's exacting specs. So what they have is instead of the little cheapo mini humbucker style bass pickups that are on the Ignition, these are actual German Hofner pickups. Has a Perloyd pick guard. It's got so the Ignitions and the German reissue Hofners are straight hollow bodies. The one difference with this is it's actually a semi-hollow. So what that means is they actually have a center block. It's actually not a block. I've seen pictures of it. It's kind of more of a it's almost like two diamond shapes put together. But anyway, there's a solid block that goes inside the body, which is supposed to aid in producing feedback. Some people have said that it kind of affects the tone. Maybe it does. I haven't really noticed it. It's kind of, so it's got the three-piece neck here. It's got the same actual neck joint. I don't know if I can show that right, but it's like if you look at it, it's actually raised. It's not like a solid. The neck's not solidly attached through it. There's a gap here, like the German Hofners are. So, in playing this and toying with it, I have one of the Ignitions as well, and this one it just visually, in terms of the playability, in terms of the sound, it just knocks the ignition right out of the water. Although I would say the Ignition is a good bass too if you're just getting started. If you're if you want a Hofner, or if you're like me, if you're a guitarist that just wants a Hofner, but you can't really afford $600, $700, $800 plus for this one, the Ignitions are perfectly fine. It'll give you that good bass tone. But if you want something that looks and kind of feels more the part, this is definitely the right bass. So the setting I tend to play it on, so infamously, Paul So what it has here, I'll try to see if I can show it here, is on the control panel, you've got the 2 volume knobs, and then bass and rhythm switch, the bass on or off switch, the treble on or off. So the settings I like for me personally are the rhythm solo switch on solo, bass on, treble off, and it gives you this very loud booming sound. The rhythm sound, so McCartney's setting was infamously the rhythm solo switch set on rhythm, bass on, treble off, which will sound like this. A little bit quieter. So let's try it. Let's try this here. So right now I have it on rhythm with the bass and the treble switches both off. Adds a little more mid-range, a little more punch sound of it. Then if you do it with, regardless of if it's on the solo or rhythm switch, if you do both the bass and the treble on, it turns everything off. I can't hear anything there. So, and then let's try solo. And let's try it with both the bass and the treble off. Gives you a little bit more, like some people have pointed out, a little bit more of like the late Madonna or Taxman. The kind of the Rickenbacker sound. And so then let's go to back to rhythm, and let's put the treble on here. And then let's go to solo with the treble on here. So it's a good little bass. And like I said, we'll go ahead and go back to my favorite setting, which is solo. The solo, the switch set to solo with the bass on. It's just an all-around good bass. Like I said, so mine I bought from a guy I'm fairly sure had a pawn shop. I got this for about $5.45, I think, with another $40 shipping and handling. The only flaw with it was a little scratch, a little ding on the back, but it's a really good bass. And I would highly suggest you get one if you can get one of the Contemporary Series basses. The other ones they have are the Cavern spec ones, like Paul McCartney's, where they have the 2, instead of the pickups here and here, they have the 2 pickups up front. The Hofner Diamond pickups. The one, his original bass, the one that he had, he bought, I believe, 62, and then 61 or 62, and he used it all the way through 63. And then when 63, he got the one that was basically like this. And this is the one that we can see him play and see others play to this day. So, like I said, overall, I would give this a great, very high rating. If you can swing one, if you can find one on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or Reverb or wherever else you look to find one, I would highly encourage you to get it, regardless of your skill on the bass. Because again, I'm a guitarist. I'm using this bass to kind of get back into it, playing some Wings, McCartney, and Beatles kind of tunes on it, which obviously this bass is gonna drag out of you, I would say. So this is just my opinion, and so again, I'd highly suggest you get one. Thank you.